Hi guys, welcome yet to a new video. I'm Vuyokazi and welcome to yet another video. Today's video is not a vlog. Can you believe it? It's a sit down. I'm starting a new series which is Makoti in Conversation. I want to say in Conversation, but Lindo has in Conversation series. But ours is Makoti in Chat. And today I decided to start off with Lindo. Lindo reached out to me so gracefully to say let's do a collab, and I was like, actually, why not? I literally just saw the DM come through on saying collab. I was already picking up the phone, like that notification thing. I was picking up the phone on some. I am going to answer here definitely, because my husband has been pushing me, even though he does not want to be part of the channel. It's fine. He's been pushing me to actually do collabs with people, and I was just like, I don't know how to reach out to people. I'll just do it if time.
But was he not scared that I'll abduct you? Because my first collab, my husband was so uneasy. He was like, no, I'm gonna come with you, I'm gonna drop you off, or I'm gonna be in the shopping center while you guys are recording. I'm just like, who would steal me? Who?
Such a grown adult. Yeah, and again, I was like, if I had armchairs in my place, we'd probably be seated at my balcony and just chatting, not stress about all that's happening here. But because I don't have armchairs and I live in Midrand, and sitting on a camp chair is not a thing.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good. Although I bought the camp chairs a year after being in Midrand and fully furnished house, but yeah, as collab, today is not about that. So today, before I go any further, please do ensure that you like this video so that I can see interest, and also it helps me with the algorithm of actually reaching more of you, more of me, more of her, and more of the people that don't know about me. So help me to reach more of us so that we can grow this family, and we can only do that through you engaging, commenting, liking, and sharing this video. So please do share as well so that we can get more eyeballs of people watching and engaging with the content, so that I can ensure that I bring more and more seasons of Makoti in Chat. So today I'm graced, like I said, by Lindo, and I don't want to introduce her myself. I want her to do the honors. I must say, Lindo is one of the people that gets me excited about YouTube. I'm like, Lindo. But anyway, let's give it to her to introduce herself.
The feeling is definitely mutual. Hi guys, my name is Lindo. Name of the channel is called All Things Lindo, where we talk about this, that, and everything in between. I know every YouTube advice video always says find a niche. I don't have one. We speak all things life because life is so multifaceted. I'm a multifaceted human being, so that's what we talk about. We talk about marriage, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about motherhood and more.
Oh, thank you very much. Lindo guys did a better job. I thought I would probably be able to do that, but there was no way that I was going to introduce her the way that she's introduced herself. And I don't want to say let's get into things because it's actually a chat. It's not an interview. We're not trying to create a podcast here, but we'll move into those lines. So Lindo, please tell us about yourself. I know you've told us about who you are, but in a normal day, who is Lindo outside of YouTube?
Cool. So in a normal day, Lindo is a young wife in the context of Makoti in Chat. I'm a young wife and a young mom. I've been married for 5 years next month. Yeah, excited. It feels like it went by so quickly. Yes, I always used to think of people that have been married for 10 years and I'm like,
how do they do it?
So long.
You're the same person.
The years actually just go by. So I'm a wife, I'm a mom to a 2-year-old. I'm a sister, a daughter, the works, and I work in finance.
Oh, I think I have briefly actually talked about what I do. I'm in the digital marketing space. I just thought it's best of me to actually also introduce who I am outside of YouTube. I'm in the digital marketing space. I do what they call programmatic advertising. Where you see ads on YouTube, no Vuyokazi is behind it. So that is why you guys need to watch the videos.
That is so cool.
So when you see videos on YouTube, you see videos on news sites as well, just know that I am behind some of those brands. I ensure that you get some ads that are relevant to you because you decide to search.
And how cool will it be to see some of your ads run on your own videos? That's gonna be nice.
I would love to take a screenshot of it.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I'm married, 18 months or so, I think. And I'm originally from Cape Town. I moved to Joburg because Joburg offered me more money, and I thought, why not? Like, and also it's a good way to move out of home. And that's where I also met my husband. But it's a conversation for another day. Really, I'm not going to talk about how we met. It's a conversation for another day. So Lindo, you mentioned that you're married. So tell us, how did you meet your husband?
So I met my husband at work. So we worked for the same company. I was an intern. I think he was also an intern at the time. And I'd been applying for permanent roles, and the role I applied for happened to be replacing him, right? And he was moving to Cape Town. So he was moving to Cape Town, and I applied for that role. So at first, so obviously most in emails, in copy, you'd be CC'd and all of that. But then as the time went, he left, and then he would like always send. Oh wait, no, I'm fast tracking it. So on his last day, he was done with everything, handover, whatever, and not handover, but like done with all the work that he needed to do in his space. And then he was like to me, if I have time, then we can have coffee and you can tell me about like the role and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, that is actually so great. At the time, there was no ill intention from anyone. We had the coffee, we told me about the job, and I think we were just both fascinated by each other. My husband is vendor. I've never been exposed to vendor people. So at the time, my look was Erica Badu vibes. So like long skirts, head wraps, and he says he was fascinated by the head wraps. Like, why is this girl wearing a do? Is she from ZCC or what? Like, where's the badge though? So he was just like asking himself so many questions. And then he moved to Cape Town, and then he'd always like send emails with the team, like, how are you guys doing? I hope you're taking care of my wife there, or whatever. That joke started like that. And the one time, I had friends, my friend Azzy was working in Cape Town already, and her partner wanted to move to Cape Town. So then he's like to me, no, the company he's working for is hiring. So can I please send him CVs if I know anyone? And I knew Dombo because I'm like, Dombo wants to move to Cape Town. So I'm like, oh please, I do know someone. And then I give him my number. We start chatting on WhatsApp. And then we actually didn't start chatting on WhatsApp. He said he'll chat with me on WhatsApp so that we speak about the role, but we actually never spoke about the role. There was actually no role at all, but that's how we started talking. I mean, that's how we started talking, and the rest is history. Hey?
Oh no, that's beautiful. Like it is so weird. Like it's not weird, but like it's. For me, I'm always like, I don't understand how we met, but
why?
Because I'm just like, people are gonna judge me because I used to judge people.
Actually one of so many people that I know who've met the way that you've met your husband. Yeah. There's actually another lady who's got a YouTube channel who met her husband like that.
Because I'm always like, oh, it's not traditional, it's not how we grew up. Because I know
us talking like this on a TV screen or on your phone is not traditional on its own. So
I know, right?
Yeah.
So like, I met my husband on an app. He's super liked. I swiped right. If you don't know those words, I don't know where have you been hiding. Because I don't want to say the app. Because, there's so much controversy happening right now. But anyway, he didn't swindle me, which is a great thing. But he swindled me to his heart. I also swindled him in that way. So yeah, I met my husband on Tinder. I think I was just like, I think I was a couple of months in Joburg and I was just so bored. And my colleague kept on saying, no, she meets people on Tinder and goes on dates. I was just like, no man, do you not go to malls? Like, why are you not meeting people there?
But it's harder meeting people now, hey? If it's not at Kaweni, then where?
At work maybe, but like still, and we don't take buses where you're gonna be like, I'm gonna bump into someone.
Yes, okay, I get you.
So I was just like, I was judging her, I must say. I judged her. But then again, I realized that, yes, let me try this. Oh gosh. I met a few people who just wanted me to come over. But I was not interested because there was no way I was gonna jump into someone's house. But like what stood out about my husband is like, let's meet up for coffee. And I was like, this is exactly what I've been trying to say to these people.
Genuine.
Like, let's meet up actually at this Mug and Bean because I stayed right behind here. I was like, let's meet up at Mug and Bean. Like I can see you are so many Ks away from me, so like just take a walk. But it just never happened with people. Some people I tried to have a chat with and I realized, no. So my husband said, let's go out for coffee. And then we came to this magazine.
Also memories, right? No wonder we are shooting here.
So we came to this magazine. I think one thing I did was allow him to pick me up because I used to stay in the Boulders area. He picked me up after work and then we came here and then ended up bringing dinner and I was here, I was here, talking about everything. I was that girl. And the guy
and funny enough,
just,
he's just so quiet and mellow.
He was just sitting mesmerized. I hope you are. You better.
I think you are. Here you are now.
I mean, and like I think before we even finished the year, he proposed. Yeah, so my Tinder story is a success story.
A beautiful success.
It's a beautiful success story. But out of all of that, about getting married, meeting your husband, how has it been? Is it, well, I sound like a psychologist. How has it been in terms of having to transition? Because I know you mentioned it was his vendor and his Zoom.
Yeah.
And I know I probably would also have been obstinate. I have been like, change of culture, I don't know what's happening. But how has it been? Because it's such an interesting place to be in Johannesburg, having to be exposed to different cultures and people speak different languages only one day. Whereas in Cape Town, it's close, and if you don't understand, you switch to English.
And also you have to acclimatize with Xhosa because
eventually, yes, because people just are not accommodative, and I feel like that was wrong. It's wrong of us. But now that I'm here, but I still speak Xhosa here. I will not switch.
Also, there's a lot of Xhosa people here.
Yes.
Look, the transition I was fascinated, I won't lie. I was intrigued. I had never met a vendor person. I'd never been exposed to a vendor person. So I was just interested in his way of life, how he is, how his family is. It was interesting and intriguing, but it wasn't a thing.
Okay.
I think also, you know how much this side, we mostly speak in English.
Yes.
So even Nana, when we converse in English. So you'd remember most when he picks up the phone and he speaks in actually he's vendor. Or if I'm on the phone and I'm speaking in Zulu, then obviously those differences will bring themselves out.
Okay.
But in the beginning, it was just fascinated, different walks of life. Tell me about where you're coming from, where I'm coming from. It didn't play that much of a role until the family element came in.
Okay.
But between just us, we were just two young people in Johannesburg who happen to come from different places. But let's see where it goes.
And did you meet his
Wasn't a
family
thing.
during you guys dating?
I
or did you
did.
meet after?
I met them when we were dating. So my husband, I think when he met, or rather at the time that I met him, he knew what he wanted. He was very certain about his intentions, which actually also sped up my own, because I think I was still like head in the clouds. I think the only thing I had planned out was career.
Okay.
Everything else I was just like, okay, we'll see. Lord, you make it work, you know. So I met my husband, I think 3 months into meeting him, I met his mom.
Okay.
He introduced me to his mom. She had come to visit this side, Esosha. And I'm actually not sure if she was there to visit Vele or she was there to meet me or because she stays ever. Yeah, I was so scared. Met the mom, Esosha. The first day I met them, they gave me like Muenda, the vendor traditional attire.
Oh, beautiful.
It was so beautiful. So they had it made for me. I don't know how, probably he was checking my size. Dude, so we met the mom and then we sat, chatted, where am I from, all of those things.
Yes.
And then they bring out this plastic, they give it to me and they like, here's a gift for me. How?
So
I
nice.
open it, it's the vendor traditional attire, and then they like, can I change into it?
Nah. Bride's dress. Bride dress.
I'm just like, okay, I'm excited though. I'm just like, oh, that is so cool. So there was a white vest as well in there, and then I changed, and then the mom and the aunt showed me how to wear it. It was so beautiful, man. It was actually such a beautiful moment. They showed me how to wear it, and then after that we went outside and we took pictures.
Yeah, do you still have the pictures?
I have the pictures.
We'll get it for you guys.
I have the pictures. I have this one picture. It was me in the middle, my husband, then boyfriend, and then his mom. And we were so young. You'll see if I send you the picture. We were so young. I was so thin. He was so thin. Like we were just kids.
Oh, man.
But it was just like, okay, this is beautiful, and I rolled with it, you know. But also at the time, I've never thought about, I want to get married. Yes. So I'm just going with the flow type of thing. I'm not thinking, siyashada la or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, this is how Venda people roll, and I'll take it. You know, it wasn't even a thing. And also, I'd never met a partner's parents.
Okay.
So it was also like, oh, okay, Kaba, this is what happens when you meet the parents.
When you're serious.
You know? So yeah, that's how it happened.
I also, my husband met my mom when I was about to roll for Guild. I think I've got a picture. Yeah, when I was gonna roll for Guild. And like, it was so weird. Like,
was Habi also in the church? He was also Methodist?
No, he's, I think, what church or something, I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, but they also Anglican or something. Yeah, I think he's Anglican, but he couldn't find a church, so ultimately we went together. So we just went to Methodist together. And I forgot to say, my husband and I started staying together literally 2 minutes into the relationship. 2 minutes into the relationship, we were already staying together. So him meeting my mom was bound to happen. There was no way that he was not going to meet my mom. But we'll do a how we met.
A story time, please.
We'll do a story time, and I'll tell you everything. But yeah, he met my mom, and like, it was so beautiful for me to see it. Actually, that was not the first time he met my mom. When he met my mom, I think 2 months into our relationship. I had gone down to Cape Town for the F&B run, and also just to see my friends, and also just to go home, because I'd been in Joburg for about 6-7 months and I hadn't gone home. So I decided, okay, it's the best time for me to go home. And yeah, like, he was traveling to Spain at the time when we met. So I went home. When I came back, he picked us up. No, he didn't pick us up. My cousin picked us up from the airport, but to drop off my husband facilitated that process. And whenever I needed to be anywhere, and that is why, guys, I don't really drive. Whenever I needed to be anywhere, he would always just drive me around. So yeah, that's how he met my mom, and it was actually so beautiful to just allow my mom to meet someone I'm dating.
So early on.
Yes, and also just for her to sort of see, like, so it was actually very beautiful now that I think about it. It was a beautiful experience, and I also met his mom, I think the December of 2020.
Were you not scared?
I wasn't. I was just like, this house feels small for us to just all be in the same place, but I wasn't scared at all. And I think it was also that thing of yes. I think I'm going to insert that clip from my wedding video, because she mentioned it. She's like, but like, I was like so Nambi, I was so smaller then. And then yeah, like, it was a beautiful experience. Actually, it was a weekend. She came with her grandchild. We spent the weekend together, like Santin, everything. We did everything that we could possibly do. So it was actually a beautiful experience having to meet his mom. And it was like it was so uneasy. It was like, okay, we'll meet, and then that's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. And for me, again, it wasn't a transition. It was just and I think my mother-in-law is actually one of the only people who make me like yearn to speak as Xhosa, because she sounds so good. And now when I'm on the phone, I'm just like, "Hey, mom, yeah."
Which is so interesting, because that's what you sound like to me, who doesn't speak as Xhosa.
And I'm just like, I feel like I collect myself quickly when I speak to her, and like my Xhosa just needs to come out, because at times
and it must be the best.
Yes, like it needs to be proper. It needs to be properly articulated, because I always feel like I mix a lot with English, even with my husband. To take English in Xhosa. So like, it was actually very nice having to experience it till today, that I'm able to speak Xhosa with her, and like, it just shifts, because with my mom will easily just speak Sotho to me, and then I'll speak
Sotho.
She grew up in Matadele, so
I see.
Yeah, so me understanding Sotho from her, like my mom used to speak is Sotho, and then they'll just speak Sotho just to derail us. just like, this
we
woman.
can hear you.
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
The English thing is actually so real because Nati was predominantly English in our relationship. In the beginning, obviously, we didn't know each other's languages.
Yes.
But you get so used to that even as you start to learn the language, it's hard to transition out of it.
Right.
So it's only now that we have a child that we have to be conscious to speak Isvenda.
Okay.
Although that's also still hard because like England is just used to when I'm in this setting, I speak English.
Yes.
So to switch it becomes so hard. But we consciously trying to like speak Isvenda because now.
And the great thing is that a boy is at an age where he needs to grasp everything. So you have to.
So we actually speak Svenda, Zulu, and English. I think that's why he'll take longer to speak because he's processing all these three languages and putting them in different buckets.
No,
the English thing is real everywhere. And I think it's so weird when like abantu abakanya see you speaking in Singisi to each other and they're just like, why? Aren't you both black?
Well, it's the nature of our lives. That's how we do things. It's actually a very beautiful one. Like, it's beautiful to actually know that they go to a dress and it's like, welcome to our circle. It's beautiful actually.
And I think at the time I didn't even think of it like that. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I think I was just naive about it all. I was still young, so my own lie. Looking back, as much as I was mature in certain areas, I was naive about the marriage element of it, or just how quickly it would progress. We didn't have like a timeline. Our things also progressed pretty quickly. I don't remember all the timelines to the T, but I know that within a space of a year, my husband had sent a letter at home, and we had also moved in together. But us moving in together, But us moving in together was to save for the wedding because I wanted a traditional wedding, and my mom said first I'm her first child to get married. She wants a big hoo-ha, white wedding, everything.
Red carpet and everything.
So we're like, in order to save for this wedding that you want, we have to stay
Red
together. She was not dealing. Oh, she was not dealing. She was not dealing. Her and my dad, my parents are not married, but they were just not. They agreed on that one thing that no, they don't want it to happen. And I was like, you know what?
Well, I think I called my mom and I was like, I just bought this place and it's far from traffic, from public transport. Luando, and she was like, it's fine.
Because he has a car, so we easier.
Yeah, I was like, we'll move in together. And she was like, it's fine. If anyone like attacks you, bring them to me.
Sure.
And
that's so nice.
It was just easy. So I never had to explain to anyone that
no, it's not easy. In fact, I think it's one of the things where we just went against the parents, because if it was according to them, we would have moved in after the wedding and all of that. But we knew that in order to get married with the wedding that they wanted, we needed to save, and we needed to save fast. So I guess that was the compromise, the unspoken compromise. And we also moved in together within a year. So our timelines are also quite interesting because in a year we had moved in together. He had sent a letter to pay ilobola, and he had come to Ekaya to do the actual lobola and members.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Because we wanted to get married in February, which would have been our 1 year anniversary, because the day we started dating was a Saturday. So we're just like, next year. And they're like, what? It's been a year. We just got this letter a few weeks ago. It's not happening. So that's how they delayed things for us, because they would just push the date out. But when can they come back for the second time? Then they'll push the date out. And it's like, we'll see what you're trying to do.
We did not allow that. We did not allow that.
Wait, how soon after did you guys get married?
So he sent the letter, and then I got it. Yeah, I got engaged Valentine's. And then just shortly after that, the pandemic happened. So I think I went home and he also went home. And then like the whole shebang of letting our families know that this is the situation. And then the letter was sent, but like hard lockdown kicked in. And then we couldn't proceed with anything. So it's I feel like it's sort of derailed the process of Ilomol at the wedding we had intended it to be the following year, because we met in April. So we were like, let's get married in April, so we just have one anniversary date. So and then but it happened. Like my sister was like, no, you need to wait. I was like, we have paid for the venue.
It's happening.
It is happening in April.
We also wanted that one anniversary, plus it was a Saturday. Oh, everything was just so work planned out. We were like, this is it. And the parents were like, nope, it's just too soon. Take time to know each other. They actually said instead of the February, can it rather be September?
Alright.
That 24th long weekend.
Okay.
So they were buying us those few months, and it actually ended up not being then. It was the December was Umembeso, and then the September after then became the wedding. So they got us proper time. So by the time we got married, we had been together for 2 years with these dates that they were shifting cleverly. So
Abazali guys are not to be trusted. Abazali are not to be trusted, myself included when I'm a parent. And then, but what would you prefer before we get into the conversation? Do you prefer dating or marriage?
Definitely marriage.
Yeah?
Definitely marriage. I think just the certainty of knowing that you've got someone in your corner by commitment, by union in God, in decision between the two of you. I think that for me is the best. And also just to know, Uti, I'm building with someone. I'm no longer doing things alone. I've got like a partner that I'm riding with, you know. For me, that's just, it's everything. And also just, I love, but it's nicer in the certainty of knowing that I'm with this person, we're together. Because I mean, if you're dating, there's still, as much as you could be committed, but anything can happen. There's
one leg out.
Yeah, like as much as you're committed, but you're not bound by anything.
Yes.
So I just love the certainty and the security of being bound by God, being bound by union, being bound by marriage, and just knowing that this is my person and this is who I'm building with. Definitely marriage. Definitely marriage.
I'd probably also say the same thing. I was shocked somebody asked me that question. Like, so how's it like to make marriage? Like it was just question after question about marriage. I was just like, it is like one less thing to worry about. Just knowing I've got Uluando and that's it. And like my world just comes calm. It's like an answered prayer, because I always say that Uluando got into my life during a time where I was just praying and I was just thankful, like of being able to like move from home and live in Joburg and like not allow my mom to live in that fear about mntana bethu nansi kwenzeka le Gauteng and stuff. So like for me, it was just an answered prayer that I just met someone who's calm and who's just so collected and allow just to be myself. And at that time I think because I'm Methodist, obviously I'll quote a Methodist song. It was Mulelani Kuya Over. And I was like, and it's a song that sticks with me, and I'm just like, I'm so thankful for that. Like for other things as well, but I'm just thankful for just being grounded and just knowing that okay, I go home, Luanda is there, and then life is just calm. Whatever happens, even if I'm at home working, the moment I leave that office room, my life just continues after that, and it's just so calm. So I think I support, like I'm with you when you say like marriage, because you just know you have like one grounded person in your life, actually constant person.
It's nice, man. Marriage is beautiful, I must say. It's not without its challenges, and I'm not going to romanticize it, but it's just, even through the hardships, you know that I've got this one person, and no matter what, still two, and we're building together. And I think with being married young, for me, the beauty of being married young is building together. Like, you know, get from the ground up. Whereas I think it would become frustrating to meet someone later on where you've got your own house, I've got my own house, and how then that coming together, I think would be a tad bit more complex. Whereas as we were younger, it was easier and it just flowed better. And skula song, you know, sikula kanye fine. We still have our experiences from when we were younger, but like the experiences that we're gonna have together and grow with, I think that adds to the story.
It definitely does. It definitely does. It makes life so much easier. Like, guys.
And also, I think dating these days is hard, man. Like, I have a friend who's in the dating game, and we're always laughing about it. But it's a pandemic.
It's just a real pandemic.
So tricky. I don't know if it's always been, and this is just how Joburg dating has always been. Obviously, I come from a small town, so exposure also is quite limited in that sense. I just look at how dating is in the city, man. It's hectic. The uncertainty of it all, and next thing we're vibing, or are we vibing, or are we dating? Just all of that. that, I think,
Yeah, there's a lot that's happening. And alright guys. I think ulado ufikile. Atofa delete.
Yes.
Dalibala. Otherwise, it would have been
a mess.
a mess, like a proper mess. I don't even want to get into it. Oh, it would have been a mess. So how was embracing the new family?
So, it was different.
Okay.
I come from a very small family, so I grew up, it's just me, my sister, my mom.
Okay.
In the house. Obviously, there's always cousins or
Yes.
someone staying in the house with us, but immediate family was just the three of us. My parents were never married, so
Alright.
my dad wasn't with us in the house.
Oh.
And then I meet my husband, who comes from a married parents setup,
Yes.
and he has 6 siblings. 5 siblings. He's the 6th one, and
See.
I come from a family of just 2.
Yeah.
That is a huge adjustment. Also, the way we grew up, it was very like laid back, do what you need to do type of thing.
Yes.
And then I'm now in this family that loves to do everything together. It's beautiful, but it's overwhelming.
It is,
Because you're
trust
so
me.
used to your own space, and so it's beautiful. You appreciate it, but it can get overwhelming. Like, you're okay, it's funny, like So it was an interesting transition. I must say, but the lovely thing is that they were all very warm and welcoming.
Okay.
I think also, as much as he's got a lot of siblings, he's actually got a small family when you talk about extended.
Okay.
So the siblings really are the main people. Like the extended are far, and you don't see them all the time. So these are your immediate family. These are the people you see all the time. So that made it easier, and everyone is pretty young. Everyone is accommodating, everyone is easygoing. No one is so set in their ways that it makes things difficult.
Oh, that's good.
Even with the language barrier, if you come into my home, Evenda, you'll find us speaking Isingisi.
Oh.
And obviously that can be like, some people,
Yeah,
people that don't understand.
Neighbors are gonna be like,
like, manje lava Isingisi. Obviously that comes with understanding and getting to know the person, but the intention, iphuma kanje. But we'll speak Isingisi. Now it's transitioned more into Svenda because I can understand. But before, they were very intentional about speaking Isingisi to accommodate me. But also the other beautiful thing is that my other sister-in-law is married to a Sutu man.
Okay.
So the mom already had started learning Sutu. And that just shows the kind of person she is. So even with me, she tried Fanagalo, Isizulu to accommodate, So they're just very accommodating. Like at no point would you feel like, I don't belong here.
Yes.
And obviously, if conversations are between the two of you, but if you having a conversation and it's all of us, then that's where we'll switch to English and accommodate. So the transition to the big family was quite overwhelming, but it was a beautiful type of overwhelm because it was an interesting perspective to see.
Okay.
I've always been so sheltered with just my small family. So I was like, okay, this is how people live out there with bigger families.
Exactly.
And my husband's family was just, they were everything I never thought families are.
Okay.
They just had experiences that were different to what I had grown up with. I remember the first time the mother's birthday came up, they planned a trip. We went to Habitis. It was my first time in Habitis, and we slept at this guest house. And like my husband's family is very open-minded. Like we slept at this guest house. Every couple had a room. My husband and I were in a room, and we're still dating at the time. Fine, he sent the letter, whatever, because that happened pretty early. Okay. But for them, the minute he sent the letter, they regarded me as his wife. So we were all in our own room. Just the level of accommodating me, I can't even lie. That family went all out. And I'm not saying it's perfect. It's not. Obviously, where there's two people, there can never be perfection.
Yes.
Because no two people are perfect.
Yeah.
But they have gone all out to accommodate me. I won't lie. So yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Did you have to crash course Vanda, or like every now and again when he speaks, you're like, oh, what was that? How was your learning of the language?
I feel like it's sexy when he speaks Venda. I just feel like, okay, keep talking, sir.
It's a far-fetched language.
No, it sounds hard when you hear it until you get used to it and actually start putting this and that together. They tried to teach me way too as they'd be like, so maybe I'm bringing you tea. Tea.
Yes.
So everything would come in
Oh,
English and Venda,
yes.
just to that's how my mother-in-law did it,
Oh,
and it
beautiful.
helped. I would catch on quickly. Also, I was very intentional about wanting to learn, so I would Google, like, because there's a few websites which that teach you how to speak Venda, and they'll say how you say hello, and then it tells you.
Yes.
So I was also very intentional. I even went as far as wanting a tutor. I just never found one at the time, but I even went as far as wanting a tutor to teach me how to speak. So I was also very open to learning.
Okay.
And my husband as well, like, he'll speak isiZulu. It's just that he sounds horrible when he speaks isiZulu, so I prefer that he doesn't. But he'll try, and we were just both, like, the language thing wasn't a thing for us.
Okay,
I must
that's
say,
great.
it wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing. Like, he just happened to be from Venda, I happened to be from where I'm from. It wasn't a barrier as
Alright.
such. It was just a part of the equation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like going back to the family part, I must say, like, my husband's family is also big. He also grew up in a mom and dad household, whereas I also grew up in just a mom. And like for us, like each one has just been living in their own silos, doing their own thing. And I'm also trying to bring that, because now I'm just saying,
When you see the other side,
Yes,
can I
it's
tell
beautiful.
you? Can I tell you when I Vuyo? So after the whole holiday with the mom, and when we went to have these, I was just like, oh man, this is the life.
we can do this.
After that, I was like, Mama, this is what these people did, and it's stuck in my heart.
Exactly.
And we've done it. So now every 2 years we have a family trip that we go on, where we go somewhere. Last year we went to Zebula for my mom's 60th.
Beautiful.
But it's just a tradition that we've brought in. Another thing I can mention about my husband's family, on Christmas Day, there's a tree.
Christmas Day has a table.
There's a tree. Kuhlalwa at a table. Kuphekwa eat turkey.
Alright.
Nama gammon. I mean, I never had gammon, but okay. We do Secret Santa. Like, they just have this beautiful tradition.
Love it.
And I was like, you know what? I'm bringing this to my side. And I've literally taken so many of those things. So we alternate Christmas. This year it's with my husband's family. This year it's with my family. And we do all of that. We host each other. We move around. We'll do the table, the setting, the tree. And so
Guys,
more than... I've taken so many things from this. Oh, it's so nice, man. His family is so unique. Like, they're not like hectic cultural. So I guess that even I haven't been heavily exposed to like the hectic vendor culture or whatever. They're very like modern and easygoing.
But yeah, they're together.
They're together, man.
Oh,
The togetherness I've learned from them, and I'm like, I'm taking this everywhere I go.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. I know, like, my husband, I don't know if he would like me to say this. Because, like, even his sisters, like, they'd call, no one goes home without the others going home.
Nice.
So, like, I'm coming home this weekend, or I'm thinking of coming home, when are you available? When are you not working in a particular weekend? Let's go home. And it's so beautiful, like, we all wake up together. I go home now, I'm the last born, just like my husband is. So automatically, like, there's times where I don't have to do anything. Like, I wake up and things are done for me. And I love that. I love that about the family. And we're so close-knit. And then because his mom was turning 60, was she turning 70? I think mama was turning 70. He was like, no, we need to do a trip. The entire family. Guys, when I say the entire family, you know when you walk into a restaurant, table for 10. It used to overwhelm me. Table for 10. And you're walking in a mall, it got to a point where we just have to section each other. Like, okay, you guys can go to Woolworths. We'll meet up here. We'll meet up here. Not everyone has to go to Woolworths. And like you at Woolworths, one person is buying something, but we are all here. This. So like I love a connected family, and I also try to do that. Like I did that recently with my mom's birthday. I was like, guys, let's go to dinner. It's fine. Like we'll just see how we do it. Like we'll see how we pay for it. But let's go to dinner and we'll sit around the table and love it, because we've had our lived experiences differently. Like I've been to like a lot of places, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to come back here and bring my siblings as well. But because my siblings have their own lives, I can't just grab people
to
accommodate
those schedules is difficult.
So like I can't just grab it, but it's something that I love to do, and what I love is that my husband supports it. He's like, no, you haven't been. My home number is E29, so he's like, you haven't been to a E29. Like, when are you going? We're gonna go to Cape Town, but 20 minutes, an hour, let's go to your home. Let's just meet up. So now I'm also even saying to my family now, like, okay, what December? Or actually January, because December I'm working. So I'm like, what January? So Tibanan's in Dubai or something, it's going to beach or something together.
And it doesn't have to be hectic.
It doesn't
just
have to be
time
hectic.
together. Oh, it's so beautiful. I definitely learned that from them, and I've taken it and I'm running with it. So Tina, how we've incorporated that every year. So my sister and I are now married.
Yes.
And then I have 3. Okay, my family story is quite hectic, but I have 3 sisters. My mom is married, right?
Okay.
And my stepdad has a daughter.
Okay.
So on my mom's side, I have 3.
All right.
There's 3 of us. My dad's side, there's a lot of us as well, but I won't get into that.
That's right. Nothing new.
So if you're listening to this, I'm not excluding you. So we alternate. This year Christmas will be by me, and obviously the next year we all go to our spouses, families.
Okay.
And that other year we're all together, and then the next sibling will host us. And then the other year we're apart, and then the other year maybe we'll go home.
Okay.
Like that. And then we'll just put together, what are we buying? We put together a menu. Just that exciting. And that creates so much excitement for Christmas. Because I don't know if this is the case with you, but with us, Christmas was exciting as kids because there's so much to look forward to, the new clothes and whatnot. But as you get older, the spirit dies down. Like you go to church and then you're like, oh, what now?
Let's eat all this food.
So now it's created that thing of, okay, I'm gonna make potato salad. What dish are you making? It's just brought so much life, and I can never not attribute that to my husband's family because I saw that there and I was like, I'm running with this one.
Yeah, I know one of my colleagues will always stress, like for as long as I've been in Joburg, we've worked for 2 different other companies. But now we work together again, and I know like closer to December, she will talk about, oh, there's so and so, but there'll always be quarrels, but like they'll always talk about we doing this, we doing that, and I always used to be amazed.
So beautiful. So no, we've taken that, we're running with it. I hosted Christmas the year before last. This year my sister's hosting Christmas. So even that excitement, like we're booking flights to Durban because she stays in Johannesburg. We're booking flights, like it just creates so much unity.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And also because my mom stays in the Free State, she's still working. I'm working, my sister's working. We're not seeing each other as much as we used to during varsity days where holidays were like a month or whatever. So obviously we're not seeing each other as much as we'd like, but we know that there's just this certain time that we put aside to just see each other. It's so nice, man.
Oh,
it's
beautiful.
So nice. So,
guys, I think if we continue any further, we'll just be here the whole day. We'll be here the whole day. But as you can hear, like our conversation is flowing. Guys, andifuni uthibana ndiyanikhuthaza, but ndiyanikhuthaza guys, once you find someone, keep them. In fact, one would end up having to change surname, or you'd end up having to change someone else's surname, and just create a beautiful family. And I'm constantly amazed at the fact that people can actually have a conversation together and decide, okay, this is what we're doing, and there's more than 10 of us, and it's beautiful. Because now for my family, like, and then everyone will come up.
Also, that set up nippies. You're not really spending time with each other.
Because this alcohol, that. But it's actually beautiful that we are able to take a page or 10 pages out of our
definitely.
Our families.
I think that's the beauty of coming together, over and above the drama and the challenges that are so heightened.
Yes.
There's so many beautiful things that come out of it, and I think it's up to us to shine the light on that.
Okay.
Without romanticizing it, of course. Yes, marriage is hard. Yes, it's got its challenges, but it's so beautiful.
It is,
And let's not tell a one-sided story.
Exactly.
And this is coming from someone who I never thought I'd get married. It wasn't a thing. I wasn't like thinking about it.
Same. I was just like,
we'll see.
I'll get a degree. Yes.
Yeah, like, I'll go study. And
I'll definitely get a degree, but I'm not excited about marriage.
It's so beautiful, man. And also, my parents were never married, so I was never exposed to marriage. My marriage is my first marriage that I've been exposed to. So it's literally my first learning experience. It's so beautiful, man. There's initial you know, like it's just
we have a
You know, like it's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful experience, and it's just worth it. It's worth all of it. It's worth everything that it comes with, definitely.
Oh, that's beautiful. Guys, if you continue, as I said, we'll be here the whole day, and we still have to have breakfast. It's what now? Can you believe it's 9:30? That's how dedicated we are to this YouTube movement. Lindo, I think as you were talking about learning Venda, and I'm like, oh, I need to know what is thank you so that I can say thank you as we end this video.
So in Venda, when you say thank you, say Ndoribuwa.
So Ndoribuwa, Lindo, for your time and also being hungry with me. We are about to have breakfast now. Don't worry, guys. Ndoribuwa Gaman.
Thank you.
I watched Mwango, so I needed to learn Ndoribuwa Gamanda.
Thank you so much, Nyabonga, for the opportunity to be on your channel, and also just meeting you has been so amazing.
Yes.
You are absolutely off camera as you are on camera. I just knew it, but it's so beautiful to witness. You're such an amazing soul, and I'm
Thank you very much.
again.
I'm glad that has transcended in person as well from the camera.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. So yeah, guys, we leave it here for today. If you want another segment with Lindo, I want another segment to ask her about parents. I don't know how I did not ask you about your son, but you know what?
Makoti in conversation.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. So thank you very much for watching this video up to this far. If you haven't already, please do like this video and comment down below on more of the chats that you'd like to see more of happening on the channel. The world, actually, South Africa is open, so I'm open to talking to more and more people. Hopefully, they don't need me to pay them, but yeah, I'm open to chatting to more people. I'm open to DMing someone and asking them, are you available? Can we? And this conversation is not just open to married people, it's also open to people because before I was married, I was also into J. I was dating, I was like so yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this video thus far, and yet again, please do like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. You see here that VM that's showing, please click there and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Love you. Bye.
Bye.